Yeah, we're doing the star night, and I'm falling on with my work buddies. First, we get the big brush. So that's all we're painting on this little easel. So first, we are priming the canvas with water. Partly this helps to, so when you add the paint, it goes on nice and smooth. So priming the canvas. I feel like I need a little bit more light. So light and water. Adding water on my canvas. Priming my canvas. Seems pretty easy. I never thought of doing this before. Let me add some more light. So let me take some yellow. I'm going to make a yellow line across my canvas. So I'm going to add another layer of yellow. So you just saw, I'm actually listening to the instructor. So this is why it seems like this. So I'm making a big yellow section. And you know it's weird because the instructor measured this with her hand, right? But my hands are huge. So I don't think using hands to measure was a good idea. But yeah. I wonder where that yellow is. Interesting. I'm just looking at that painting and trying to figure out where that yellow is on that painting. Interesting stuff. So, Van Gogh, Jordan Star Night, right? Yay! I'm just kind of waiting on the next step now. Maybe I could touch up the sides with a little bit of yellow. Touch up the sides with a little bit of yellow. Even though I was not told to do this, I am just doing it on my own. Da da da. Taking a sip of my tea. This is exciting and invigorating. I'm not even supposed to be drinking soda. Shifted that out of the way a little bit. Waiting for the instructions. Looks better. Next up is to add some stars. So I'm going to take my medium brush. I have four brushes, so okay. I'm gonna create some stars. Make a moon, some up here. Okay, I guess I should make this a little bit bigger. Nice. So, banjo. Put my brush in the water so it doesn't dry out. So now I'm going to match those other smaller circles. So the person's circle is so neat. Like the instructor on screen, her circles are super neat. The instructions are to make circles wherever, but I'm going to try and follow the painting up there as much as I can. A bigger one here, and tiny one here, but a big one here. A big circle here, and a tiny circle. Oh, this brush is actually cool, like because it's flat. If I like, keep it on like centered and kind of turn the outer edges, I get a almost neat circle. So, yeah. So these are my circles. I'm using this paint, like it's really good quality paint too, like straight from the box, and I don't know if it's too thick, but yeah. I never knew about priming my canvas. I did a lot of acrylic paints. I just sold 2 paintings in a set, and I never primed it before. I never knew about that. I wonder what they would use to prime like canvas or acrylic paint. I am really curious about that, because this actually goes on smoothly, so that's pretty interesting. So now I have my stars. I think I can. Oh, there are a couple more that I don't have, like where those persons have the other stars in the background and stuff. Let me see. Let me wait on the instructor. Put my brushes to dry a little bit. Well, in the water to soak, while I await my next instructions. So I was talking for like 10 minutes and didn't realize I need to restart the video. But anyway, yeah, so the next step was to basically paint everything that wasn't was white, paint it blue. And the effort is to not like circle all of the yellows. I think I did a pretty good job. Yeah, so that's what I did. So basically I did all the blue, trying best to not mess up the yellow, which was a pretty hard job. Like, so I did as best as I can. I didn't mess it up at the end, at the top right there. But that's the best I could do. I totally, like was talking for 10 minutes and didn't realize the video wasn't on. The video wasn't started. But just to kind of add context to what I was saying before, so basically, they were playing music in the group, right? So remember, this is a group event. People are actually in the office at work, and people are at home. They actually sent the entire kit to us who are home. So yeah, so they were playing music and they were playing like Limp Bizkit. I know because someone mentioned it. I really don't know that type of music. And the song was like, it had like profanity and stuff in it, and no one was batting an eye. And I was like, as Jamaican, is super weird because you go to school with so many rules. In our offices, we have so many rules. Like they used to have prayer meetings and stuff at the office, and people would frown at you for not acknowledging their Christianity, etc., etc. So to be in an environment where people are just them, playing music that they want to hear, or just like not judging people for their choices of music or their preferences. I mean, I think I don't know if the CEO is there, but like no matter where you are or what position you have, it doesn't matter, right? There's just no judgment. You listen to what you like. So like for Limp Bizkit, I don't know the music. Like I'm not used to rap and stuff like that. But as I said, it just cursing bad words was pretty weird for me. But yeah, it's interesting to be in an environment like this that is not totally PC, like yeah. So now the music has changed a little bit of Jessica in my life. Huh. A little bit of by my side, a little bit of all I need is what I see. Interesting how this is going to become that, right? I think I got it in me. I feel like maybe my blue is a little bit too strong. Okay, I think I didn't mess it up too much. I feel a little tempted to go and try and fix the yellow, but I feel like when we start doing the little colors around, it will fix itself. So I won't overdo it. I may need to change my water though, because it's now green. Mamba number 5, baby. And it's also cool, like this is actually a company-wide event. People are drinking rosé or whatever they feel like drinking. I mean, it's pretty cool. And like in the office, they have food. I kind of wish I went into the office. People are drinking beer or whatever it is, and it's pretty cool. It's a pretty open environment. I'm having like ting because I love ting. I'm not supposed to drink soda, but and taking a little break to have something to sip. I've done painting before. I know I did one in Costa Rica that we did like a Christmas thing with a cat. I think I left that painting in Costa Rica actually. I had it in my bathroom, or it was a kid's room. It wasn't fit for the limelight. For me personally, I do a lot of like acrylics, like pour paint. But a lot of them were too big for me to carry when I relocated, so I gave away some. I sold one set, as I told you. I had like a pink and white, I think with yellows in the living room. It was like a 3-piece one. And when I was trying to sell out everything, there were people someone came and they liked it, and I was like, oh, give me $10 for it, because there's nothing I could do with it anyway. I wasn't going to move with it because I didn't have space in my luggage. So yeah, so I am actually an artist who sold work. I've sold my painting. So yeah. So listening out, I'm waiting for the next step in the process now. So next step, I'm going to be creating a light blue. So apparently I'm supposed to mix white and blue. So I have a plate. I have a plate here that I'm going to mix it on. This is equal parts, but I don't know. I am mixing to get the color I want. It's white and blue, so here it is. To get a light blue. So mixing this out, see if I can make it equal. Okay. Mixing my light blue. So for the spiral that we're gonna do next, so that's the big spiral like right here. So let me mix this up properly because I don't want to have white in it. Okay, so let me see. I'm ready. I think my blue is ready. So let me see what I can do. This brush has like some stray stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna be starting the spiral. She said like your hand here. And so let me see. And like a spiral. I'm trying to follow that spiral. Okay, so let me try to continue the spiral again. So I'm doing my spiral, and I'm supposed to fill. This brush has some little, oh, so annoying. Yeah, so I am supposed to fill in.
I put that there today.
Supposed to fill this spiral in.
I maximum yesterday.
Okay, after I fill the spiral in. Okay. I feel like a spiral was not supposed to close like that. Let me see. Then this was supposed to be traced back. Just kind of leaving some space. Yeah, a little bit of space, or even a little bit of space. Let me see. This spiral is going to get a little belly here. It comes out here. The spiral is getting a little bit of a belly. I feel like my spiral is it's a little bit skinnier than the one that my that the instructor is doing. I'm gonna try to make this spiral a bit fatter. Do I need more light blue? I don't know. I'm looking at the original. I feel like my blue is too dark. Like the base blue. They're playing a song about I'm blue da da dee da da die, and it's weird because I'm painting blue now. Just remember, I have to cancel a meeting. I think I have it at is it 4 o'clock or something? I have to cancel a meeting. Let me check my calendar. That's a thing about painting, you know, like drawing and you do something, you keep touching it and then you mess it up, right? If I keep, I'm gonna mess it up. I think that's enough for my spiral. So like I still feel like it was supposed to have like a belly here. Yeah. I feel like the belly here now is yeah. Being spirals, right? I feel like these three like little hairs on my brush is just so annoying. So I'm gonna do my spiral. And my baby spiral is coming around like this. Let me bring my baby spiral around. And my baby spiral things, I'm supposed to leave a little bit of dark blue in the baby spiral so you can tell like it's a spiral. I can tell, you know, like the air is where it curls. I don't know how to leave that little blue in the body of my baby spiral. But let me see what I can do. And I mean, I don't know why I'm trying to be a perfectionist at this, because in the end it's just the fun of it, right? So no one is grading this, and this is not gonna add or contribute to our or salaries or anything. It's just fun. It is just fun. So let me see. Let me see how I leave this. I have this line here, so let me see if I can leave a little spot for when this baby spiral kind of turns in on itself here. The instruction mentioned I can go back over it with a dark brush. You can give it that look. But I don't know, like, if I need to do that. Like, right here you can see the line. I feel like my spiral needs a little bit more booty. But a little bit more body, like, you know? Give it a little bit more baboom. I'm not gonna mess with it too much. To make sure that there's a distinction between the older spiral and the newer spiral. People in the office will be having so much fun, because I remember they had an event on the 15th, I think, and I really wanted to go, but I didn't make it. And apparently they have a lot of beer left over, so people in the office must be having fun. And I mean, it's New York, so no one drove. I'm almost sure most people would have taken the bus or the train, so they can drink to their heart's content. You know, like just making sure that you don't overdrink and make an ask for yourself in the office. But other than that, you drink, eat, have fun, then take the train home. So can't wait to go to the office. So I'm thinking maybe maybe the first week of August or something, I can try to finally go into the office. Yep. Maybe I'll try it at that time. To go in one day, just go chill and meet my coworkers. I'm actually going to try with a tiny brush and see if I can add that little detail in the spiral. Like, let me show you what I mean. So this spiral would have come, yeah, like it would have probably been like here, right? I can pretend that I can see the. So yeah, like a cinder shell. I think that's enough. Let me do it a little bit for the for this section, like right here. Like create this definition for the spiral right here. Let's see what's next. I feel like I could, that's the thing. As I said, when I get a break, I do craziness. I go and do too much. But let me add this line right here. Adding details to the spiral. These brushes are actually better than the ones I had for myself. Would make a lighter blue for my spiral. And add a little bit more white to the blue I had before. Okay. So we're gonna add some details. So what I'm doing is mixing more white into just some of this blue to make it a really light blue. Oh. It's not getting much lighter to me. This is the original blue and this is the new blue I'm making. Mixing the blue. Probably I'm supposed to do some little babies into the original spiral blue. They look like some little babies, some little school of fish, as the instructor just said. Okay, I can see the difference. I'm going to put it in the direction of the spiral. Okay. So let me see. When someone does something often and you see them doing something, it's like it looks just looks so effortlessly, right? Because like I'm looking at the instructor and she's just doing the same dashes that I'm doing, but it just looks so effortless when she's doing it. It's like crazy. Anyway, so I am adding my little school of fish, and apparently they're supposed to follow the direction of the spiral. So they're going here into the spiral. I don't know if mine looks like it's starting with a spiral, but yeah. I also need to do the same thing to the water at the bottom. Music depends actually pretty relaxing. It's like jazz now. No more Limp Biscuit. Like I don't know how they came up with the name though, Limp Biscuit. Like should probably ask or Google it. Like how do you come up with a name like Limp Biscuit? You know, like one day you're just having breakfast or you're at Popeyes and KFC and you get a biscuit and you're like, oh my god, this biscuit is so limp. And then ooh la la, the name Limp Biscuit is created. Must be something like that, right? Okay, so I have my little baby school of fish thing around my my spiral. Okay. Let me see. I see a lot more swimmings on my instructions thing. A lot more swimmings. So let me add another little row of swimmings. I think that's enough. My little swimmings. Now I need to add some to the ocean. Wish I had like the deft, you know, like brush strokes. You know, like it was like people just go like and it just looks so neat. Nah, like mine is just looks so what do you call it? So blah. It doesn't have that flair. But yeah. I'm doing the best that I can. So let me lift this out again. Oh, I feel like the paint makes it stuck. Okay. I'm gonna mess this up too much because the paint is going down into the easel itself. So I got my little swimmies into the ocean, and I think that is it. I think that's it. That's the latest instruction I have from the instructor. And let me see. Like we're gonna do the little swimmy thing around the suns and the stars. Of course, the building is gonna be pretty interesting to create. So I see the ocean here. I guess the reflection of the building is gonna be half here and half there. I really don't know. I feel like the canvas I have is short compared to the canvas that is done on originally, but let's see. Time to rest. So the next thing to do is actually do the same thing I just did with the blue, like add a little fish, but this time we're gonna do it with purple. So for the purple, we're adding some red to the blue, and we're gonna create this. Oh, seems like I did too much purple. Seems like I did too much red. I added too much red. So I'm trying to create this purple thing. It seems like I did too much red, so I have to mix this out. Okay. Okay, I think I have it almost mixed. And yeah. Just need to clean the brush because I see some. Let me wash the brush. And I'm going to add some little fish, as I mentioned before. Add some fish. I feel like some of my blue isn't dried, so I don't want to mess it up too much, but like going you know, like too much, you know, like in the ones that are not dry. So I feel like I'm gonna create a big mess if I like put my purplish kind of one in the undry blues and like drag that along. So we're playing like some techno music now. I think the person who's the DJ is going on with some things. I should do a paint and sip with my friends and like I send them the materials kind of like pre-packaged like this. But first I'd have to learn to paint, right? I suck, so maybe I can do it one of those like acrylic water pours, the water or I mean water paint could probably work, like one of those ink pour ones. That I think I'm okay at that. So after this one I'm gonna add like some glow to my sunlight. So my moons, I keep calling them suns, they're moons. So I'm gonna, once I finish with this, I'm gonna go and add some glow to my stars, not moons. You see, this is what happens when you're trying to multitask. Like I have too much fish down there now, but that's enough. So next thing up, I have to create like a really light yellow to do my glow around my sun, my stars. So yeah. So I'm gonna go back to my brush, my Chasseau brush. I've been using this brush a lot. This is the third size one I have. I hate this extra. This like I don't have a scissors here, but these. Oh, I got rid of them finally. So I'm gonna create my light yellow now. So for my light yellow, of course, yellow and white. This is how you do it. So mixing that out. So this is gonna be like around the stars. Just give it that appearance as if it's glowing. So it's gonna be around the stars to give the appearance as if it's glowing. So it's pretty light. So here we go. So it's gonna be like kind of like, oh, this doesn't look very light at all. Like when I put it on, it doesn't look very light. So I think I need to add some more white. I'm gonna use the tip of this to add in a bit more, like a big dollop, like of white, because this is not light enough. They almost look like the same color. It's weird. So I use the tip of my brush because yeah, I had wanted to pick out the white to get some more white from the container. So I'm gonna try with this new yellow and see. I don't know if it's my eyes, but it looks almost the same kind of yellow. But yes. So I don't know, like for me, this just doesn't look light enough. Let's say. So I'm gonna add. I feel like I need some more yellow. So I am adding my little glow to my my stars. Oh my god, this is called Star Night and I keep calling it sun. I don't know why. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't remember if I was supposed to like give it this kind of glowish, but it just feels right to add that. Yeah. It just feels kind of right, no? Can I add this in? See, this is me not following instructions as usual. But yeah. I'm supposed to add some yellow within this, but I feel like, but anyway, let me just like add some glow to this water here. I just don't know, no matter how I mix this, it just doesn't seem as light as it, like the other people's own look, right? Like I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I'm adding some glow. I am not seeing where this is gonna look like that, but hey, I'm just flowing along, right? That's inspiration, right? So I've never done a paint and sip, and the painting came out looking anywhere like the picture that they showed us. So at least I should have learned my lesson and known that what they show us is just inspiration, right? So I am adding some more yellow into the other places. Like I don't see any swirls down here though. Like, and now I'm disappointed that my paint is not gonna look anywhere like that, because I don't think we're gonna actually do the buildings based on what I'm seeing. You know, like no buildings at all. Like they sent us black. I have black paint. Like they sent us a kit with even black paint. So I'm curious about where we're gonna be doing using the black paint. But hey, Jordan, you should wait and see. Right? Wait and see before you come paint, right? Because of course this is also free. So let me see if I can give it some glow down here. I feel like let's some glow. My glow is enough. It's all grown up. So apparently the next thing to do is to add some white. Like the kind of thing that I was doing to add the light yellow around the stars, like I was on the right track. We should be adding some white like right around the stars. That my white is a little bit too white. Okay. Now they're playing rock. But because I'm not a rock fan, I don't have any idea what song this is. It actually sounds thunder. I feel like I hung out a lot with a lot of rock fans in Costa Rica. So a lot of these songs I've heard. I think this one, there's this guy playing the video, the electric guitar like crazy over like a glass a table or glass stage, and you could see him, you know, like from the top, from the bottom, just playing the guitar. It's pretty cool. I should add some white in between those. I don't know how, like, the instructor, I think she started off with like a way thinner paint, because where she has added her colors, like you can barely see the distinction between, you know, like the different hues. Um, like blue, etc. is like they're light blue, like, but mine just looks so dark. And I feel like now it's just like a hot mess the more colors I add. But maybe I'm using the brush. Maybe I should be like lightly like using a brush, and I'm just going too hard, and that's why my colors are like super bright. Actually, I hope we're close to being done, even though I don't see the buildings, etc. Because I'm hungry. Am I always hungry? The answer is yes. Van Joe did it again. So the next step is to actually add the buildings. Finally, I thought we weren't going to do it. Wait, so okay, buildings look so small. I'm supposed to add a little bit of water to the black, which makes sense because the black is right now is like super thick. I'm gonna bring a small cup and mix it, so I'm gonna mix it into this. We're gonna make some buildings. First things first, just like create a big block. Apparently, I never mix my block properly. Create a big black line. Okay, I did not mix my black out properly. Let me move this. I don't know why it is on my brush. So I never wash it out properly. Like, I don't know, like my instructor, the black line she has is so neat. And like nothing is, I can't see through it, but mine is like, so like mixing mine with white was not a good idea. Sorry, mixing with water was not a good idea, even though that's exactly what she instructed us to do. So then I'm supposed to create my buildings. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. So I think maybe the canvas that we have is not the right size, and that's what's causing some of the problems. So our buildings are going to be something like this. I need to leave some space. Of course, my building's not straight. Creating the top, creating another building here, potentially. Going down. It's going to be creating landscapes. This building here. I'm trying to kind of follow her. I want to see if I can get a nice building outline. Because apparently these buildings are like New York kind of thing. Landscapes in Manhattan kind of thing. And there I go. This looks like my office that I worked in, the Amex building. Interesting. My buildings just don't look as straight as the instructor's buildings, but yeah. Or maybe it's because I'm looking at hers on the camera, make why it looks so extra neat. And I'm looking deep into the details of mine. That building is super ugly. And I feel like I may have made my buildings too wide, and that's part of the issue. Oh, I keep doing this thing where I, like, when I finish with brush, I go up, and then it creates this like so not neat thing. Okay. So here are the real skyscrapers. I feel like I should have added any water to my paint, because without the water, it's just so neat. Okay. But you know, at least we have buildings, because at the point I wasn't sure we were actually going to get to them. So for this side, I get to add some more buildings. So I'm gonna put like a skinny building here. And then add some smaller spaces in between these buildings here. Kind of like trying to mimic my instructor right now. I really like the way her buildings are created. The way they look, I really like it. It does look like Manhattan because they really have some skinny ass buildings here. They're just like so tall, but they're so skinny. Okay. This is my oh, she actually has one of the buildings. I'm looking at what she has. One of them actually goes up into the night. It's probably an office building because it's so huge. Huh, what says you? This is my cityscape. I'm a little glad I'm not in the office, because if I was in the office in New York, I'll be trying to get my stuff home right now. Yeah, and because I trying to take train at 5 p.m. it's really hard. Even though I think things may be a little bit different now, right? Because not many people are in the office. Maybe getting a little bit back to normal. You know, because some of the businesses are opening like full time back in office like September. That's what they're working towards. And even then, I don't think it's going to be full time for everybody, because so many people bought houses outside of the city. You know, like move back home, etc. And if they are really good employees, I'm not seeing a place where the employer is going to force everybody in every role back into the office. I'm not really seeing that. So yeah, so maybe New York did do some resident, but I hear people look apartment hunting too. So maybe that became the opportunity for some other people who really wanted to live in the city before and just couldn't find apartments or wanted to relocate to different areas of the city. Maybe that opportunity came up for them, right? So maybe that's also happening. So yeah, I don't know. I particularly don't love the city. I mean, not needing a car is good in itself, but you know, like when the weather is really bad, it sucks having to take the train. Like I did not enjoy taking the train during the winter months. Never enjoyed it at all. So yeah, but if I was at the office right now, I would just be thinking about going home and taking the train, and you know, when's the next train? Because during certain time, if you miss a train, the next train, you know, like they have some train that speeds through different locations, like a faster train that stops at like 3 locations, and one other one that stops everywhere. So you want to take the one that's super fast. So if you miss that one and you have to take slow ones, it can add like 30-40 minutes to your drive. So that's my building. So apparently now we're gonna like do the Empire State Building. We're gonna do like a box that's red, then one that's white, then the top one is gonna be like black. So I'm gonna grab a red. Oh, I used a lot of red, or maybe they didn't send a lot of red in the first place. So I'm just gonna paint out the cover, and it's gonna be red. That's a red piece, and then we are supposed to do white. Then we have to do the next color. Oh, this color is a white rectangle, so that's my thing. Can't save that right now. Let me see. See what I can save. So now I'm gonna do the white. Oh, I feel like I have had the white open already. Okay. And I'm doing a white. That is my white. But my white should be a little bit taller. Let me make it a little bit taller. I want to make my white and okay. And then I'm supposed to do another with black. So let me see. And I don't know, this is too big. It's so hard concentrating, especially using the big brush. Trying not to overdo it. Okay, and then we're going to do a little triangle in black. probably need a smaller brush for this. Let me get my smaller brush. Getting my small brush, and I think this is like a peak kind of thing that we're trying to do. So that's it. I'm pretty tired. But my buildings are too big for it to be reflected in the water at the bottom. But you know, that's what happens when you're not the expert. Mm. I'm so tired now. I sure thought this event was going to end. It started at 2, so we've been doing this for 2 hours now. Weird. I think it's time to speed up this video. Yeah, I think it's time to speed up this video. And just gonna rush through and show you guys the end. It's a super long video as it is right now. I think the next step would be to add the lights, maybe a little bit more colors. I don't know, I think we're gonna add green. Add the reflection down here. But here's how it is right now. And yeah, we're close to done. So here you have it. So I kind of sped through the last steps. The last thing we had to do was, I think when I stopped the video earlier. So here it is. I kind of fast forward to this point. I added the lights, as you can see. I added a little bit more definition around the building. I added the shadows, so now you can see the shadows of the building being reflected in the water. You can see the red here. I added some the what do you call it now? Some color into the sun and the moon right there. So this one's moon, I guess, and these are stars. Yeah, so that's basically it. Adding the lights on the building, making sure that we have some shadows, and adding some definition into the sun, and well, not the sun, I keep saying the sun, into the stars and the moon. So there you have it. Banjo, Starlight. And this is a comparison against the real thing. You can see the colors popping, you can see the swirls, you can see the skyline of that building. So I mean, it's pretty cool. Not, you know, not like gallery material, but I'm pretty proud of it. And I have a lot of colors left. I feel like I have some huge canvases. I feel like I want to do this technique, especially the spirals. I found it pretty interesting. On my big canvases, I want to use up all this paint because I have a lot of paint downstairs that I bought to do like pours that I never finished. So I think I'll be inspired with my little easel to do a bigger version, maybe something that's more proportionate to the original. Thanks for watching. Banjo.